This morning, growing concerns that SNAP benefits could soon run out as the shutdown continues into day 31. Ahead, how area food pantries are trying to make sure nobody goes hungry as the deadline nears.
Plus, it's Halloween. We'll tell you all of your trick-or-treat times and some quick advice to help keep your family safe during the spooky season.
Well, good Friday morning and happy Halloween. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Michelle Renee Quinn, filling in for Chris Stanford.
And I'm Kyrie Ann Lee. Happy Friday and happy Halloween. And you know Michelle Renee always has to bring the festive things, all things for every single holiday, every season.
This is Jack, named after my cat Jack, also a jack-o'-lantern.
I'm about to say, it's very fitting considering.
I'm creative this morning, what can I say?
Yes, so it's your Halloween day for those who are going to get out and about. We're going to check in now with meteorologist Jacob Montesano, who's getting you ready, though, this morning to head out the door. What are the current temps looking like?
Well, definitely cold right now, but pretty seasonable for the morning hours on Halloween. 30s for much of the area, 38 in Madison, middle to lower 30s further north, and a little bit to the east, we are seeing temperatures kind of around 40, actually a few degrees warmer compared to this time yesterday. Now looking at the bus stop forecast, we will see some sunshine early in the day with temperatures in the 30s, certainly a cold start, but we are going to see clouds increase throughout the afternoon, highs near 50, still a few peaks of sunshine, but we'll see a lot of cloudy skies today with high temperatures near 50, and we will see a small chance of rain, but that rain not impacting our area yet. But let's take a look at when we are expecting to see the showers. A little bit earlier for places to the west, but once we get to the afternoon, everyone will have a chance of these light showers. Again, very, very light. Wouldn't surprise me if some areas, if not a lot of the area, doesn't see any rain at all, but these light showers are possible during the trick-or-treating hour, so just be aware of that. Definitely prepare, but certainly not going to be a washout. Temperatures will be chilly, but that's also to be expected this time of the year. So a few light showers for trick-or-treating and possibly even into the overnight hours as well, but I'll talk more in detail about the rest of the weekend coming up a little bit later.
Jacob, thank you. We begin with the latest on the government shutdown. Capitol Hill looks like a ghost town this morning as lawmakers have gone home for the weekend. They won't meet again until Monday after another vote to reopen the government has failed.
This comes as millions are already bracing for SNAP benefits to end as soon as tomorrow. This is because the USDA says it cannot use its $5 billion contingency fund. The agency estimates that nearly 42 million people had received food stamps in May. However, those who still have funds left over on an EBT card will still roll over, but no new funds will be added. The USDA has not yet said if those benefits would be paid back after the shutdown ends. Here in the state, people are coming together to make sure everyone gets the food they need. Some have even created plans to make sure no one goes hungry. In Edgerton, the executive director of Edgerton Community Outreach says food banks in rural areas can have a hard time helping their clients. Edgerton Outreach has a food pantry of their own, and thankfully they're not doing too bad.
So we have freezers, and unfortunately our freezers are kind of empty. So we're just asking, anything someone wants to donate. If they donate perishable items, we can store.
A lot of people, like even if their resources are small, they want to feel like they're contributing to something, right? Like even being able to pay $1 towards something or $5 towards something, like it's not necessarily that you need it for free.
That's Chef Dave Hyde from Ollie's in Fitchburg, where they launched a pay-what-you-can menu. Hyde started the program after Governor Tony Evers announced that food share benefits will be on pause. Both Chef Hyde and Williams say if you have the means to help, the best thing you can do is donate or volunteer at food banks.
President Trump is urging Republicans to eliminate the 60-vote filibuster. Senate leaders have resisted that change, warning it would let the majority party pass almost any bill with just 51 votes. In a post on Truth Social, the president dismissed those concerns, saying Republicans should take advantage of the opportunity first. This morning, we are also learning the 3 different financial accounts being used to help pay U.S. troops today. An administration official says a total of $5.3 billion will be reallocated to pay service members. $2.5 billion will be coming out of a military housing fund, and the rest will be coming out of the U.S. Navy shipbuilding and research and development accounts. President Trump has made paying service members a priority as many military families face growing financial uncertainty.
Turning now to more news making national headlines, Israel says they have received the bodies of 2 more hostages. According to the Prime Minister's office, they are 84-year-old Amram Cooper and 25-year-old Sarah Baruch. This comes just days after Israeli strikes in the deadliest days since the ceasefire went into effect. The Palestinian Ministry of Health says that over 100 Palestinians were killed in the strikes, including 46 children. There are currently 11 more deceased hostages left in Gaza.
Now to other news. In Britain, King Charles is now beginning to strip Prince Andrew of all his remaining royal titles and is evicting him from the royal estate. This is the royal family's strongest response to the disgraced prince's links to Jeffrey Epstein, a new memoir written by Virginia Giuffre, who accuses Andrew of sexually assaulting her back in her teens. Prince Andrew has denied all of the allegations against him.
Looking ahead to this weekend, it is that time of the year we are set to fall back for daylight savings on Sunday. Now, this comes as 54% of Americans say they are not in favor of the months-long event. The American Academy of Sleep Medicine is also urging Congress to drop seasonal time altogether. This is because poor sleep is often attributed to cardiovascular disease, diabetes, obesity, anxiety, and depression. Experts say the best way to counteract this is by getting at least 7 hours of sleep and maintaining a constant schedule.
Adjust the timing of your daily routines and time cues right away starting on Sunday. Set your clock back 1 hour the evening before the time change so that when you wake up, it's easy to get on that new schedule. And then spend some time outdoors, get that morning light.
The time change is set to go into effect Sunday morning at 2 o'clock. Turning now to some local news. Today, drivers on Madison's east side will get a nice break as the railroad crossing on Packers Avenue is set to reopen.
The week-long construction project has aimed at smoothing out one of Madison's bumpiest stretches of roads. The crossing near International Lane is set to reopen here in just a few minutes at 6:30 this morning. Crews managed to finish their work yesterday. However, the newly placed asphalt still needed to cool down before cars could pass over the crossing.
Stella's Bakery is opening up its new location on Regent Street, and that is happening tomorrow. The bakery's former location will now become a production and distribution center, while the new location adds a cafe concept. That includes a spacious patio with outdoor seating, serving beer and wine. Stella's hot and spicy cheese bread has achieved Madison icon status as a fashion of the farmers market on the square. The new Regent Street location is open from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Gotta get a taste of some of that cheesy bread.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Well, take a look at this. Since 1974, fewer than 500,000 people have solved a Rubik's Cube. I don't even want to talk about my attempts. Yes. Well, but only 1 in 10 of them are women. So a local boy taught his sister to try to change that number. 6-year-old Arna was the youngest competitor in the Wisconsin Speed Cubing Championship. Look at her go. A student at Pope Farm Elementary in Middleton. Very cool. She finished in 54 seconds. Her 10-year-old brother, Arush, decided to teach her during summer break. He tells us how he taught his sister the challenging skill.
Taught her like the different algorithms, and I taught her how to make the decisions, like which way should we move this piece to get closer to solving it, like that.
I like about cubing.
I love seeing our local kiddos doing great things. He says he wants to start a cubing club at his school and build a community of Madison cubers, focusing on encouraging more girls into STEM fields through cubing.
How fun.
Yeah, so young and just an inspiration.
Absolutely. It's not easy, so major props to these kids here.
Yeah, 6 and 10, you go.
Well, it is Halloween, so whether you're putting the final touches on your costume or getting ready to head out the door, tonight's the night for trick-or-treating. Many Madison area communities are welcoming ghosts and goblins out and about this evening. Madison does not have official hours, but recommends trick-or-treating between 4 and 8 p.m. Fitchburg's hours are 4 to 7. Middleton, Waunakee, and Sun Prairie run 5 to 7. Verona and Oregon are 5 to 8, and into Forest, it's 5 to 7:30.
I can just remember as a kid on some of those Halloween night, most Halloweens, where you just had to bundle up underneath that big coat. You couldn't really even flaunt your outfit.
It was so cold.
Yeah.
And hopefully kids don't have to bundle up too much tonight, but Jacob Montesano has what you guys need to know for that.
Well, it's going to be a very Halloween-like forecast. Temperatures throughout the day going to be very close to normal, and looking at the evening forecast, we'll see temperatures in the 40s throughout the trick-or-treating hours. It will be cloudy, which will bring in a small chance of rain. So let's take a look at those rain chances. Now, the chance is still in that probably dry range, but if it does rain, it should be pretty light. Just be prepared for that. Not going to be a washout by any means, with a little bit of a better rain chance once we get to the overnight hours and into early Saturday. Now, the cloudy skies will keep temperatures kind of in the upper 30s, still cold for sure once we head towards tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow afternoon will certainly be colder than today, as highs are only going to be in the 40s. Today we could get to the lower 50s, going to kind of see a high right around 50. But certainly chilly the next 2 days, a little bit warmer for next week, and I'll talk more about that coming up a bit later.
Thanks, Jacob. Coming up after the break, we'll have a few tips to help keep your furry friends safe and away from the vet this spooky holiday season.
And it's Halloween in the 608. I'll have 3 things for you to do to round out spooky season. Straight ahead.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
Welcome back. It's Friday, October 31st, which means it's Halloween in the 608.
Josh Fighter is here with what's happening and what you can do to get out and about for your Halloween night. Hey, good morning.
Hey, good morning to you guys. So we've got 3 things that we're looking at for Halloween today, and we're tracking that for you to help you plan as we go about. Let's kick things off right away. First up, in Cross Plains at the public library, you'll be able to see Mutsy's Monster Mash. This is happening there tonight at the library. And you can go there between 5 and 7 o'clock this evening. They're going to have trick-or-treat times going for kids available there. We were there last week. It's pretty cool. There's a family that goes all out, and this has been a tradition decades in the making for them. So that's number 1. Let's get to our second one here this morning. Up next, we've got the Halloween pop-up. This is at Beer Rock in Madison. They're becoming the Rusty Anchor, a tribute to the Golden Girls. This is from 2 to midnight. You can expect themed decor, food, drinks, and costume staff. It's Beer Rock's 8th year dressing up. And finally, last but not least here this morning, the Halloween Parade. This is at Yahara Park Place tonight, and this is going to be a special event. Families are asked to meet by the playground at 4:45 with a group photo planned for 5 o'clock. From there, the parade heads down Riverside, then over and up Rutledge to Walton, and afterward, it's a trick-or-treat free for all. Costumes are encouraged, of course, and all are welcome. For more happenings in the 608 this Halloween, just go to this story up on channel3000.com. I'm a little distracted here by our, well, I guess
Our little friend.
I thought it was an actual jack-o'-lantern. You just wrote on it?
What are you talking about? It is an actual jack-o'-lantern. Here, take a closer look.
Well, I know, but you gotta,
What?
where's the carving?
It is a carving.
Well, if you squint your eyes
Really hard.
turn at a 180-degree
It is super
angle, it's so big.
It is a thick one.
You know, we didn't have time to carve a pumpkin before the show to put it on display, but we had time for some Sharpies.
Well, hey.
Well, the Sharpie's rubbing off, but it's okay. We're hanging in there.
I was gonna say,
We're
hopefully I don't touch it. Hey,
hanging
did
in
you
there.
see, like, now a lot of people are carving from the bottom? Have
Yeah,
you seen that
I've
now?
seen that, yeah.
Wait, no, I haven't.
So it
Yeah.
helps the top from, like, rotting.
Like, sinking in.
That's smart.
That's what
I'm
I've seen.
carving today, so I'll try that instead.
So you do it from the bottom, and then you can put your candle right on the
right
thing.
over
and
it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's been a
Nice.
thing.
The things you learn, even at 32 years old. I'm
Right.
like, why didn't I know this 20 years ago?
Well, thanks, Josh.
Yes, you're welcome.
Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. You can reach out either on social media or email us at in the608@WISC-TV.com for a chance to be featured.
All right, checking in with Jacob, getting us ready. Hey there.
Hey, Kyrian, excuse me. Now, as we take a look at the 3 things you need to know, we are going to be seeing some showers later today into tonight. Staying seasonable for the most part, not a lot of rain going forward. All the rain chances will only produce light precipitation. So looking at today, cloudy skies will develop in the afternoon, and by the afternoon, we're going to see some scattered light showers. This will continue into the trick-or-treating hours. Overall, rain will be light, and it's very possible that some areas miss out on the rain, and it's certainly not going to be non-stop light rain. Maybe just on and off. And again, may miss out on the rain entirely, so I would say prepare for the rainfall, and if it doesn't happen, then great. Now, as we take a look at the overnight hours, we are going to see the rain chances continue. Again, continuing to be light, maybe even a little bit of a wintry mix at times overnight into early Saturday. That light rain will continue for Saturday morning, and then by the afternoon, still going to see cloudy skies, but not expecting the rainfall to continue. So looking at the trick-or-treat forecast, we'll see highs around 50, and that's kind of where we're going to be at the start of the trick-or-treating hours at around 4 p.m. Then by 6 p.m., we're going to be in the upper 40s, then middle 40s by the end of the trick-or-treating forecast. And there will be a little bit better of a rain chance later in the trick-or-treating forecast, but it certainly could rain at the start and potentially not rain at the end. It's just a little bit of a better chance once we get towards the early overnight hours for that rainfall. But again, it's not going to impact too many plans for trick-or-treating. Now, as we get into tomorrow, it will be cooler, highs in the middle 40s. Plenty of cloud cover, and then as we get into Sunday, it'll warm up a little bit, and as we look at the Packers game forecast in Green Bay, 40s for much of the game, 50s by the end of the game, small chance of rain towards game's end, but similar to the trick-or-treating forecast, should be pretty dry, and if it does rain, it will be very light. And then as we take a look at the rain chances in general going forward, we are going to see a chance of rain Sunday night, but that's going to occur after sunset Sunday and before sunrise Monday. So the day for Sunday and Monday should be mostly dry, and then the dry weather in general will continue for a lot of next week. And even in the extended forecast, the 8 to 14 day precipitation outlook does show drier than average conditions across a lot of the United States as a high pressure will really dominate most of the U.S. We still could see some rain coming out of Canada, but that will really be about the only chance of rain, and we could see some of that towards the end of next week. But similar to tonight into early tomorrow, any rain that does fall does look to be pretty light. So no big rainfalls in the forecast, and temperatures, they'll change a little bit, but nothing too dramatic in the temperature department.
All right, Jacob, thank you. 6:18 in your morning health watch, a new survey shows most Americans don't realize alcohol is linked to cancer. The survey published in JAMA showed more than 50% of people don't know alcohol raises your risk of developing cancer, and 9% believed there's no link at all. The study also found people who drink were less likely to see alcohol as harmful. Researchers call the findings concerning, pointing out that alcohol-related cancers are on the rise across the U.S.
The American Veterinary Medical Association warns the spooky season tends to land more pets in the emergency clinic and are offering some Halloween safety tips. When handing out candy, keep your pets distracted with a new toy in a quiet space so they don't run out of the house. If in costume, make sure it fits them well so they don't choke or trip, and make sure they do not get into any of your family's Halloween candy.
SSM Health is reminding families to stay safe while trick-or-treating. They are giving you a few tips here. Doctors say pumpkin carving is the most common cause for injuries due to sharp tools creating cuts and lacerations. Another common accident is tripping or falling while trick-or-treating due to electric wires in someone's yard or trying to jump curbs in the darkness.
Very tempting to want to just run across a yard to get to the next person's house, right? Moving faster means more candy. So we recommend that people use driveways and sidewalks where you're less likely to encounter power lines going to, the inflatable lawn decorations people have or any lights in general.
Doctors say that e-scooter injuries are also on the rise. So if you or your child decide to ride around on Halloween night, medical experts recommend wearing a helmet, even if it's not part of the costume. Well, still ahead, we are having a little friendly competition this Halloween.
And coming up in our next half hour, the Caribbean continues to clean up from Hurricane Melissa this morning. Ahead, the video of the damage left behind and the continued rescue operations.
Welcome back.
We're dressing up here. I didn't get the costume memo, so I'm going to improvise a little bit. I got glasses, and there's a little stool here, so now I'm Clark Kent.
Clark Kent,
there we go.
Nice to meet you.
And now, before we even get to my costume, I'm going to pull up a graphic. Where's the graphic? And then you'll see I'm Fancy Nancy.
Okay.
Oh, my
Michelle Renee
gosh.
always goes all out.
I had to, you know, for you guys. Now put me back on
That's
cam.
awesome.
Let them see
She said, "Put me back on
there
cam."
we go. Hey guys.
Okay, yeah. So I had like look at our jellyfish over here first. It's pretty obvious.
Shout out
who
to
I am.
Michelle Renee Quinn. She's the one that put this one together
That's
for
awesome.
me.
Great.
Yes.
So she's like, all you have to do is wear pink. I'm like, perfect. I can do that. And look at these streamers.
That's pretty cute. I do like it.
You can DIY your costumes, you guys. Come on now.
Yes, and I see the black cat here, so.
She's not just a black cat, you guys.
Superwoman
She's Jack.
cat. Oh wait, Jack
You're my
cat.
You dressed up as Jack. Come
Okay,
on
well
now.
I'm going back to Minnie then because I don't want to be your cat.
Costumes. What is this?
Two in one. Here we go.
Uh-oh.
Baby. Okay, so we're having a little competition. We run out of time here. So what we're gonna do is take a few seconds to see who can make the best jack-o'-lantern.
I'm a lefty.
With our eyes closed,
With
right?
our eyes
With your eyes closed. All right, I gotta
So we
get
got a few
serious
seconds here. So on your mark, get set, go. No cheating, go.
So the whole thing?
The whole thing. You
Oh
gotta try to
my.
see if you can get in the center of the paper.
God, I hope I don't draw on the desk.
Oh, we got 30 seconds here, but we gotta finish up
don't
pretty
draw
soon.
on the desk.
So
Oh
let's-
my gosh,
so let's
mine
say
actually
10,
worked out very well.
10,
My eyes were closed the whole
9,
time.
8. Okay.
I'm done.
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
Oh.
Let's see what we got here.
I feel like we did pretty good.
We're artists. Wait, can you guys even see
Oh man, I can't
us?
zoom in, but this is.
Here, if you put it down
I'll
here.
post the pictures on
hard to
my
see.
Facebook. We did really good, you guys.
Yeah, it's a little. It looks
Spot
better
on.
right there.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Where'd my
We're
marker
through
go?
now
That's
after
fell down.
this. This morning, the future of federal food assistance uncertain. How many people across the state could be impacted as SNAP benefits are set to expire?
I would like to begin by telling the court about my mom.
Plus, the woman who killed her mother during a mental health emergency learns her fate. The devastating statement she made.
And a child at heart and a labor of love. Our one local dad spent 80 hours creating a Halloween costume that's turning heads. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now this morning on your Friday. I'm Kyrie Lee.
And I'm meteorologist. No, I'm not. And I'm Michelle Renee Quinn, filling in for Chris Stanford. I'm sorry. I guess I was cosplaying as meteorologist Jacob Montesano for Halloween today.
Yeah, actually, I'm Michelle Renee dressed up as Jacob. She's Jacob dressed up as Michelle Renee. That's
what's
where the
happening
confusion
there.
came from.
The first thing that came to mind, meteorologist.
I'm sorry, guys.
You want to come over here, Michelle? You can do the forecast.
No, it's all you. It's all you.
Well, right now we're seeing some cool temperatures out there. 30s for pretty much everybody, somewhere in the 30s. 38 in Madison, a little bit cooler further north, right around 40 for places to the east. And as we take a look at the bus stop forecast, we are going to see some sunshine this morning, still a good amount of cloud cover, and then we'll see a lot of cloud cover later in the afternoon with high temperatures near 50. Small chance of some light rain. Again, any rain that does fall will be very light, and across the board, we're going to see high temperatures near 50 with cloud cover for pretty much everybody. Now, we're not seeing that rain yet, but we are going to see some of those showers develop for areas to the west over the next couple of hours. Not going to see the rain for Madison and surrounding areas until the afternoon, and even when we get to the afternoon, as I mentioned, the rain's going to be very light, and it's very possible that a lot of the area doesn't see any rain at all. Just a few on and off light showers, sprinkles across the area. This will continue through the trick-or-treating hours, but certainly not going to alter any plans. Just be prepared for that potentially light rain. But overall, not going to see any snow, and the forecast certainly could be worse. But I'll talk more in detail about the rest of the weekend coming up a bit later.
All right. Thank you, Jacob. This morning, the government shutdown moves into day 31 with no clear resolution in sight. The Senate adjourned last night without taking up the funding bill.
They won't meet again until Monday, extending the shutdown to at least its 34th day, matching the longest funding lapse in our country's history. Both sides signal they are hopeful that bipartisan talks to end the stalemate will ramp up in the coming days. This morning, the airline industry is warning that the nation's airports are also close to breaking point just before the start of the busy holiday travel season. And tomorrow, millions of families could lose access to federal food assistance.
Across the state, about 700,000 people depend on food share benefits. Milwaukee County leads the state with 235,000 recipients, followed by Dane County with 64,000 and Rock County with 23,000. Extending food share could cost the state $114 million for a month. Now, Democrats say the president has the power to extend food aid by using USDA contingency funds already approved by Congress. At St. Vincent de Paul, staff say SNAP is crucial, providing 9 meals for every one supplied by local pantries.
To see the amount of stress that is on people's faces now, not knowing what's going on in the future, because they rely so heavily on food share to get the food that their family needs, it's going to be really tough.
In Dane County, most of the 60,000 people who receive food assistance work, have families, or live with disabilities. This all comes as a judge in Boston is signaling she may order the Trump administration to tap into $5 billion in SNAP contingency funds. The judge said it's hard to call this anything but an emergency and says she expects to issue a ruling soon.
6:33 in some local news. The Blue Mounds woman accused of killing her mother back in April will spend the rest of her life in a state mental health facility. Court documents show 31-year-old Sierra Schoonover had stopped taking her medication and believed people in her life were not real and had been replaced. Schoonover pleaded guilty but not guilty by reason of insanity. Prosecutors agreed with the plea and a judge accepted it. During yesterday's hearing, Schoonover spoke out about her mother.
And when my dad was fighting cancer for 4 years, I watched my mom overcome any discomfort she had with providing medical care to be able to help him up until the end of his life. I know there are so many people who love and miss her, and I'm so sorry that any of this happened.
Despite the sentence, Schoonover will have the option to petition for a conditional release in the future.
Developing now in the Caribbean, urgent searches in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. Dozens are reported dead between Jamaica, Haiti, and the Dominican Republic. Sweeping scenes of destruction on the road to the tourist town of Montego Bay. An airport still closed, leaving tourists stranded. Meanwhile, with gas on short supply, cars lined the streets looking for somewhere to fill up. Nearly 500,000 people in Jamaica are still without power.
I think the entire Jamaica is really broken because of what has happened.
Roof has gone, clothes has wet up, and all those stuff. I need some help, please.
In Cuba, the storm rocked the historic town of El Cobre. Over 700,000 people were evacuated across the island. In Haiti, Melissa unleashed catastrophic flooding. At least 30 are reported dead.
This morning, the Trump administration cut the U.S. refugee admission cap to a record low, just $7,500 for the fiscal year. That's a dramatic drop from the $125,000 cap set under the Biden administration. The administration cites humanitarian concerns and national interests as reasons for the change. The move faces criticism from refugee advocates and congressional Democrats.
The federal government's new $100 annual asylum application fee is on hold. A judge paused the rule, citing confusion and inconsistency, stating that the two federal agencies involved acted arbitrarily and capriciously with conflicting guidance. The fee, part of the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, can resume once clear and uniform guidance is provided.
Well, let's take a look. For over the weekend, daylight saving time ends on Sunday, giving you an extra hour of sleep. The clocks fall back at 2 a.m. on Sunday, shortening our days and lengthening our nights. The practice began in Europe and the U.S. during World War I to save fuel and power. In the U.S., states can choose whether or not to fall back or spring forward.
Now to the Badgers. You won't want to miss the Wisconsin's women's hockey series opener against Minnesota. That game starts at 6 o'clock tonight and will air on our sister channel. That's Television Wisconsin 3-2. Now, the Wisconsin women are the #1 team in the country, while Minnesota is ranked #3.
Badger women's volleyball also facing a big rival tonight. The Cornhuskers are coming to the Fieldhouse. Nebraska is ranked #2 and UW is ranked #14. That game begins at 8 tonight. And of course, it's Halloween, so whether you're putting the final touches on your costume or getting ready to head out the door, tonight's the night for trick-or-treating.
Many Madison area communities are welcoming ghosts and goblins out and about this evening. Now, Madison doesn't have official hours, but recommends trick-or-treating between 4 and 8 p.m. Fitchburg's hours are 4 to 7. Middleton, Waunakee, and Sun Prairie run 5 to 7. Verona and Oregon are 5 to 8, and in DeForest, it's 5 to 7:30.
And officials ask that you keep these safety tips in mind. Plan your child's route, stay together,
and use flashlights or reflective gear. Check costumes, shoes, and treat bags for safety, and remind kids not to enter strangers' homes or vehicles. Inspect all candy before eating, cross streets at crosswalks, and keep costumes away from open flames. If you're handing out treats, turn on porch lights, clear walkways, and drive carefully. You can report any suspicious activity to area police. Now take a look at this. This Halloween, one Wisconsin dad is getting big praise for a costume that's as creative as it is eco-friendly. Elliot Lund spent 80 hours handcrafting a replica of Wauwatosa's beloved Mama Rosa the Troll statue, bringing it to life. Mama Rosa, created by Danish artist Thomas Dambo, stands as a symbol of sustainability, built from trees and recycled scraps. And Lund's replica is as accurate down to the smallest detail.
Soon after she was installed, some hornets put an earring in her ear, and so we got the wasp nest as well, just to be true to the details.
A great reminder that no matter your age, you can always be a child at heart.
Well, let's check in now with meteorologist Jacob Montesano, getting us prepared as you head out the door this morning. Looks like he has some rain chances he's looking at.
Yeah, we are going to see that rain kind of develop later today. Pretty light, though, and as we look at the precipitation chances, very dry through the early afternoon. But once we get to the later afternoon and evening for the trick-or-treating hours, notice how the rain chance kind of still in that probably dry range, but not completely zero. And if it does rain, it will be very light, so not going to be too impactful, but definitely be prepared for it with a little bit of a better rain chance once we get to the overnight hours. And then for Saturday, the rain chances will decrease throughout the day. So for the evening, trick-or-treating hours will feature temperatures in the 40s, plenty of cloud cover, small chance of rain, better chance of rain overnight with low temperatures dropping into the middle and upper 30s. That rain may continue into early Saturday, but it will clear out of the area, but we will remain cloudy throughout the afternoon tomorrow, and it will be chilly tomorrow, highs in the middle 40s compared to the highs near 50 that we're going to see today.
Jacob, thank you. Coming up in your consumer news, thinking of throwing a Halloween party at an Airbnb this weekend? Why you may want to think again.
And it's Jellyfish Josh coming to you for Halloween in the 608 this morning. I'll have 3 things for you to do to round out spooky season straight ahead.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
It's Friday, October 31st, which means it's Halloween in the 608.
Spooky.
No, that's Jellyfish Josh.
Okay, whatever. Josh Sprider is here with some spooky happenings for later today.
Hey guys, good morning to you. I think I'm going to have a new nickname after this. This jellyfish is pretty cool. So happy Halloween to all of you at home. I have a special Halloween in the 608 segment for you this morning. So here are your 3 things to do this weekend in the 608.
Let the harvest begin.
Halloween favorite is back in Cross Plains tonight. Mutsy's Monster Mash is set up outside the public library. The Berry family spends hours each year bringing the spooky display to life, pulling out decorations and setting them up for the community. The scene lights up at night and everyone's welcome to stop by. For Halloween night, there's special activities for kids from 5 to 7. Donations are being accepted through the Cross Plains Lions Club. Beer Rock is getting into the Halloween spirit once again. This year, they're paying tribute to the Golden Girls. For one night only, the Northside Bar transforms into the rusty anchor from the 80s sitcom. From 2 to midnight, you can expect themed decor, food, drinks, and costumes staff. It is Beer Rock's 8th year dressing up. And rounding out our 3 things, the Ahara Park Halloween Parade is back in Madison tonight. Families are asked to meet by the playground at 4:45 with a group photo planned for 5 o'clock. From there, the parade heads down Riverside, then over and up Rutledge to Walton. And afterward, it's a trick-or-treat free for all. Costumes are encouraged, of course, and all are welcome. For more happenings this Halloween in the 608, just go to channel3000.com.
I think we're ready, costume ready at that.
We are ready. And shout out to our director, Aura. Look at this background that she made special for us this morning.
Very nice.
Isn't
Adds
this
a nice
awesome?
little touch to the festivities for today, I would say.
This is a little dangerous. If you have a mask like this, your peripherals.
Jellyfish Josh is going to sneak right up on you.
Yeah. Exactly.
Happy Halloween. I know, are you guys going trick-or-treating later today?
Yeah, we have a few things planned.
Okay.
I think there's like a Halloween parade, a little parade, and then we'll try to hit a few houses. Not going to be out there long because we've done like trunk-or-treats leading up to
That's what's
today.
so different these days is there's so many events leading up to it.
Yeah.
But with Halloween on a Friday, it should be a fun night though,
Yeah.
at least.
And I have little ones, so they really don't.
Oh, yeah.
And you've got a pumpkin
2 and 5, they
to
don't
paint.
really like. They're just like, okay.
Just sneak a couple candy bars.
Yep, they're like, as long as they get a couple of pieces of candy, that's all they're worried about. Yes. So,
Well, happy Halloween.
Yes, happy Halloween, and you got plenty to do.
Happy
Jellyfish
Halloween.
And thank you for the costume.
You're so
Again, this was
welcome.
all Michelle Renee Quinn right here.
Yes.
Welcome.
Yes. All right. Well, Josh, thank you.
You bet.
Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. You can reach out either on social media or email us at in608@wisctv.com for a chance to be featured.
All right, Jacob, is anything spooky about our lookout for today?
Maybe just a little spooky with that small chance of rain that, well, is going to develop across our area later in the afternoon and continuing into the evening. Temperatures will also be cool, but not abnormally cool compared to this time of the year. And looking at the rainfall in general, we're not going to see much of it over the next 10 days. So looking at the forecast for today, again, very light sprinkles are possible. Any rain that does fall will be light, but the chance of rain will kind of be there from the middle afternoon through the overnight hours. So throughout trick-or-treating, expect to see maybe just some on and off very light showers. Certainly not going to cause too much of a hazard or an impact, but just be prepared for that rain chance. The winds will be very light, so that is some good news. As we get to the overnight hours, the rain chances will increase just a little bit as these showers just kind of lingering around Dane County and surrounding areas. Could see a little bit of a wintry mix at times as well into early Saturday. And for Saturday, we'll see that rain continue early, and then by the afternoon, it'll clear out of the area. But the cloudy skies for the most part will continue until we get to the overnight hours Saturday. So here's a final look at the trick-or-treat forecast. We'll see temperatures near 50 to start. Could see some light sprinkles at the start of it, but the better chance will be a little bit later into the trick-or-treating forecast. 40s throughout much of the trick-or-treating hours. And although there is a better chance of light sprinkles later in the evening, it's very possible we could see some of those sprinkles at around 4 p.m. So just be aware, maybe bring an umbrella for just the on and off light sprinkles that could be possible throughout the trick-or-treating hours. For tomorrow, cloudy skies will continue, but we are going to be cool. Highs will only be in the middle to upper 40s. And then looking at our next chance of rain after tonight into tomorrow, it'll be Sunday night as some passing showers will come through. But the rain looks like it will begin probably after sunset Sunday, and it'll clear out before sunrise Monday. So this is really only going to be an overnight thing. And both Sunday and Monday will be dry, or during the day should be dry, I should point out. And then we're going to be pretty dry from there going forward with not another chance of rain until the end of the week. And for the first half of next work week, temperatures aren't going to be too bad. We'll have highs in the middle to upper 50s. So a pretty quiet forecast, all things considered. Again, we do have that chance of rain today, but it should be pretty light. Temperatures will drop this weekend, then rise again for early next week, but not a big temperature swing. And those rain chances towards the end of next week also looking like it'll produce just light precipitation.
Jacob, thank you. In your consumer news, if you're thinking about an Airbnb and renting that to host a Halloween party this weekend, you might want to have a backup plan ready. Airbnb says it is once again rolling out its anti-party system. Airbnb's technology evaluates the potential party risk by reviewing the length of a reservation, the distance from the guest's location, and the timing of a booking. High-risk bookings will be blocked with alternative accommodations suggested, and that could include a private room where a host is more likely to be present.
Kroger is recalling its Halloween-themed skeleton wax candle due to a flammable plastic container and ornaments. Sold nationwide, these candles were available from September to October of this year. Consumers should immediately stop using the candle and return it to any Kroger store for a full refund.
Coming up in the morning sprint, an iconic Madison bakery prepares to open its new location. Where it is.
But before we head to break, we've got a birthday to celebrate this morning. Maria turns 3 today. Happy birthday from all of us here at News 3 Now This Morning.
It's time for the morning sprint.
Tomorrow, millions of families could lose access to federal food assistance. In Wisconsin, 700,000 people rely on food share benefits. Milwaukee County leading at 235,000 recipients. Dane County follows with 64,000 and Rock County has 23,000. Extending food share could cost the state $114 million for a month. Democratic lawmakers say it's up to the president to use a USDA contingency fund already allocated for this by Congress.
The Blue Mounds woman accused of killing her mother in April will spend the rest of her life in a mental health facility. Court documents suggest Sierra Schoonover was off her medication at the time and believed that people in her life were not real but instead were replaced. She pleaded guilty, but not guilty by reason of insanity. Despite this, Schoonover will still have the possibility of petitioning the court for a conditional release.
Prince Andrew is being stripped of his titles and must surrender his lease to the mansion in Windsor where he lives. The move follows years of controversy over Andrew's association with convicted sex offender, the late Jeffrey Epstein, as well as allegations of abuse by Virginia Giuffre, who met Andrew when she was 17. He has denied the allegations.
Stella's Bakery is opening up its new location on Regent Street tomorrow. Their new location will include a spacious patio with outdoor seating, serving beer and wine. Stella's hot and spicy cheese bread has achieved Madison icon status as a staple of the farmers market on the square, and the new location will be open from 7 to 6.
Packers Avenue Railroad Crossing is reopened this morning. Crews had been working on this crossing since Monday. Crews finished their work yesterday, but the newly placed asphalt still needed to cool down before cars could pass over.
Daylight savings time ends Sunday, meaning you will get an extra hour of sleep this weekend. The time change will officially go into effect at 2 in the morning Sunday and will mean our days will be shorter and our nights will be longer. In the U.S., states are not required by law to fall back or spring forward.
Tonight's the night for trick-or-treating. Madison doesn't have official hours, but recommends trick-or-treating between 4 and 8 p.m. Fitchburg's hours are 4 to 7. Middleton, Waunakee, and Sun Prairie, 5 to 7. Verona and Oregon are 5 to 8, and in DeForest, 5 to 7:30.
And you won't want to miss the Wisconsin's Women's Hockey Series opener against Minnesota. That game starts at 6 tonight and will air on our sister channel, Television Wisconsin 3-2. The Wisconsin women are the #1 team in the country, while Minnesota is ranked #3.
And here's the final look at your 10-day forecast. Pretty quiet. Temperatures not changing too much. It will be cooler for the weekend, then a little bit milder for early next work week. Also not going to see a lot of rainfall. We'll see a small chance of rain later today, which does include the trick-or-treating hours, but rainfall will be light. That will continue into early Saturday, then dry by Saturday afternoon. We do have a chance of rain overnight Sunday, but the daytime for Sunday and the daytime for Monday should be dry. And a lot next week will feature dry weather with a chance of rain towards the end of the 10-day forecast. And looking very November-like as we go into the start of the month.
Can't believe tomorrow's November 1st already.
I know.
Gosh, October
Tis
just
the season
flew
to be
by.
grateful.
Yes, you know, all the bird months flying on by. There we go.
Thanks for watching News 3 Now this morning. Next to CBS Mornings, and you can always find us streaming on Channel 3000+.